Thanks for joining us. I'm meteorologist Nicole Karkic. Looking today across the country, we've got some rain from Toronto to Ottawa and Montreal. Freezing rain for Ottawa, the city of Ottawa. We also have Quebec City and some freezing rain, and also some snow in New Brunswick. It's going to stay north of Fredericton, however. We have some snow also in southern Manitoba. Could get through the Red River Valley 10 to 20 centimeters. Winnipeg itself about 10 centimeters of snow through the day. -4 for that high. Quiet in Calgary, -8. South of that, though, we're seeing some flurries around Pincher Creek and Lethbridge this morning. Toronto, rain and 11, about 5 to 10 millimeters through the day. It does clear out into tomorrow. Montreal, Halifax, some rain as well, so pretty soggy in the east. And St. John's, Newfoundland, you picked up 11 centimeters of snow yesterday. Today, we've got some northerly winds. It's going to blow all that snow around, gusts up to 50 kilometers an hour. This afternoon in Ganders, -7. Fredericton, you are seeing a bit of snow, and then it changes to rain. You're getting up to +1 there. Saskatoon, -7, and towards Victoria, we are seeing some light showers. Now, the pattern setting up this week does bring some warmer air into the east. The west certainly becoming colder. We're going to see below seasonal values. So speaking of a white Christmas, that's certainly the big question. Here's the historical chance of a white Christmas. Toronto sitting at 35%, Calgary 50%, Vancouver 20%, Yellowknife's got 100% chance, and over towards St. John's, Newfoundland 60%, Halifax 45%. Find out what it'll actually look like coming up. Pretty spectacular. Glad you could join us this morning. Top stories we are following. The Ho-Ho-Ho report, looking at who could see a white Christmas and what temperatures look like. First full day of winter, that is today officially. We had the shortest day of the year yesterday. And a look at this, we've got some light snow falling in southern Alberta and parts of Quebec. We've got Nathan Coleman joining us in St. John, New Brunswick. I don't see any snow there, Nathan, but you're looking quite festive.
We've got the snow a-coming.
That's right, north of Fredericton, Nathan. Thanks for joining us. So a look at a historical chance of a white Christmas. It's a 60% chance St. John's, Halifax 45, Montreal 70, 35 only in Toronto. Over towards the west, a better chance in Regina and Yellowknife. Currently on the ground, though, we've got a little bit of snow. Fredericton has a 55% chance of a white Christmas. And in blue is where we have snow on the ground. Will it stick around? That is the big question, though. We've got more snow coming today in southern Manitoba, but there's a lot of people here from Toronto over towards Montreal that don't have snow on the ground. We are going to take a look at where there is a chance of a white Christmas. Will it completely melt? And who has a chance of a white Christmas, Chris? Time now to take a look at the photos you've been sending us here at the Weather Network. My Twitter account, @Nicole Karkic, is where Jinya Jiang sent me this photo yesterday. She says, depressing weather in Ottawa. It's +1 here. So you can see it looks very green. It looks a little bit wet. We saw some rain yesterday in Ottawa, and we've got some rain in the forecast for you again today in the city of Ottawa. Some light showers this morning, about 5 to 10 millimeters through the day, getting up to +7. Our seasonal average is -5 for this time of year. And last year on December 22nd in Ottawa, we were -6. So quite a different year this year, as we know. Mount Pearl, Newfoundland, this is from December 21st. Yesterday, we picked up 10 centimeters of snow in and around St. John's, and it's blowing around today, but a beautiful Christmassy looking scene. Very nice front yard there from Travis. Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, you can see here the auroras were in full display for Mark on December 20th. It looks like we could get some good auroras heading into the next couple of days again in the north. Edmonton, Alberta from Sean, we've got some snow on the ground. Looks like it's going to stick around for you. It's certainly cold enough for the next couple of days in Edmonton as well as Calgary and Winnipeg to continue to see that snow. Swan Hills, Alberta, David Fitzpatrick sending this in. So here's the chance of a white Christmas. Historically speaking, statistically, Toronto's a 35% chance. Thanks for joining us. Coming up at 14 past the hour, we will have Share Your Weather, showing some photos and videos that you've sent to us here at the Weather Network. Looking at Halifax, though, seen some light snow at times in the past few weeks, but that is changing to rain through the day today. Speaking of snow, we have to look to the west because that is where we have a lot of areas that have a guaranteed chance of a white Christmas, and there's more snow to come. Even a chance as we look to tonight for Metro Vancouver to see a few flakes. It will change to rain. Higher elevations east of Vancouver, good chance of about 16 centimeters of snow from today through tomorrow. And then Calgary down towards Lethbridge, seeing some snow. Lethbridge, Pincher Creek, seeing some snow this morning, and you'll get a little bit more through tomorrow. British Columbia, the ski report looks fantastic here. Whistler Blackcomb has 37 lifts open of the 37. So that's a good sign. We've got Cypress Mountain, also 5 of the 6. Grouse Mountain, 20 centimeters of snow, 4 of the 5 lifts open. Then by contrast, you've got Mont Tremblant, which only has 7 lifts open out of 11. Temperature in feels like Calgary feels like -9 this afternoon. Drumheller will feel like -10. And we've got a good helping of snow coming to southern Manitoba through today. Snowfall warnings in place, not for Winnipeg, but Winnipeg 10 centimeters. Red River Valley could get 10 to 20 through the day today. Starts later in the afternoon. Kevin Yard joining us this morning, wearing the spring jacket again, Kevin. Oh, brave going to a mall this time of year, of course. Cumulative rain and snowfall forecast out. We've got some rain coming to Toronto. Even Ottawa through the day today, we'll see some rain showers, fairly light in nature, heavier snow towards Quebec City. Thanks for joining us as we get closer to the official big day. We're looking at some top stories here, Chris.
Yeah, this is from Swan Hills, Alberta. Beautiful picture there. See the aurora in the background. Ho-ho report, top and bottom of the hour this morning. And talking about the white Christmas and who's going to get one, who may not see one. And, of course, today the first full day of winter,
That's
Nicole.
right. So we're starting to get brighter and brighter as the months go on. I'm looking forward to that. So some snow here in north of St. Lawrence. We also have some light rain moving into the greater Toronto area. A bit of fog as well this morning in southern Ontario.
Snow moving its way across southern Saskatchewan and in southeastern Manitoba and northwestern Ontario. There are warnings and special weather statements for snow to come this afternoon and tonight. Zooming in on the radar here, risk of freezing rain for Quebec City. That will likely develop later this morning and perhaps around the lunch hour. Let's talk about the historical chances of a white Christmas.
Okay, everyone wants to know, is it going to be a white Christmas? Here's the statistical chance for your city. St. John's 60, Halifax 45, Montreal 70. Toronto's sitting at only about a 35% chance, a bit better as we go west, Chris.
Now, Vancouver, 20% chance. Victoria, 15% chance. But this year, there's a better chance that Vancouver and Victoria could see a white Christmas than Ottawa or Montreal.
That's right.
Staggering.
A few flakes potentially through the day. Current snow on the ground. We've got parts of cottage country here towards the west. A lot more snow covered, though. And it looks like much more of a guarantee for cities like Calgary, Winnipeg, Toronto towards Halifax. Not a chance, Chris.
15 centimeters of fluffy snow from the night in St. John, so your likelihood is probable.
All right, thanks so much, Kevin. And he's wearing his rain jacket today, ladies and gentlemen, not the big parka. Just again, indicative of the warm air in place. We've got some southerly wind. So a few degrees warmer in southern Ontario today compared to yesterday. But we've got some showers from Toronto towards Ottawa and Montreal in through the afternoon. Special alerts as well as warnings in place for southern Manitoba for snowfall. Winnipeg not included in the warning, but you have been in a special weather statement for significant snow through the day. Could be 20 centimeters on the high end through the Red River Valley. Winnipeg itself, probably 10. Pickle Lake, Dryden, Lake of the Woods, snow through tomorrow as well with some strong winds. And then there's that low that's making its way through Ontario. Ottawa, Montreal again, some steady showers, even some freezing rain in Quebec City for this morning. It changes terrain, though. Look at Wednesday. It clears out nicely. Easy travel day if you're headed out of town towards somewhere warm. And then this is how warm the air is. It comes all the way to Timmins and Kapuskasing, where we're seeing rain on Wednesday. Nathan Coleman joining us in St. John, New Brunswick. Looks like you found a friend.
Christmas, everybody.
All right, thank you. So just like those people did, if you see Nathan Coleman on the streets of St. John, New Brunswick, go out and say hi to him. Weather alerts in place, freezing rain for Quebec City, freezing drizzle rather for the Saguenay and Charlevoix. Pretty spectacular way to be proposed to. Glad you could join us this morning. I'm meteorologist Nicole Karkic. We have our ho-ho-ho report looking at who could see a white Christmas. That's coming up. And our first full day of winter. That's what we're ushering in today. So welcome, winter. Let's see what it looks like out west. We've got some snow south of Calgary on Lethbridge, Pincher Creek, southern Saskatchewan. The heavier snow will move into Manitoba around Winnipeg today. And in the east, we have no snow in St. John, New Brunswick, where Nathan Coleman is joining us. Nathan, love the sweater. You must have a lot of people coming up to you who are at least awake. Yeah, that's right. Possibly 5 to 10 centimeters of snow again north of Fredericton. You're going to have to go there to get the snow. Here's our historical chance of a white Christmas. So statistically speaking, Toronto is only at 35%, Halifax 45, Montreal 70, over towards Winnipeg 95. And look at Yellowknife. There's a guaranteed chance of a white Christmas today. So the question is, Chris, are we going to see a white Christmas in parts of the east? to Sudbury, but that's going to change. It's getting even warmer in Sudbury by tomorrow. Toronto seeing some light showers for the morning commute. Ottawa towards Montreal, rain for the day, and southern Manitoba is going to get a good dose of snow by the afternoon. Winnipeg, it's going to be some tricky travel, although kids are out of school, so the roads a little bit better this week, isn't it? Special weather statements in place northwestern Ontario, Lake of the Woods, Pickle Lake, Dryden, Kenora, over towards Winnipeg. The special weather statement indicates about 10 centimeters, but 20 centimeters on the high end. We'll have some windy conditions too, blowing that snow around. Cumulative rain and snowfall forecast here, fairly light, about 5 to maybe 10 millimeters from Toronto to Ottawa and Montreal. Quebec City, freezing rain this morning, changing to snow. But again, here, Sudbury is seeing about 5 centimeters of snow through the day today. But by tomorrow, we get really mild, and you could be seeing rain. So how about that? Kevin Yard joining us. Kevin, you were very brave being at Yorkdale today. All right, I think a lot of people are thinking umbrella and rain boots. That's a good gift to give this Christmas in the east because it's been so mild. Here's the freezing rain warning in Quebec City up towards the Saguenay, and Charlevoix has a freezing drizzle advisory in effect. That will change to some light rain for the afternoon. And then the radar returns showing that pink. That's the freezing rain inching in towards Quebec City. Nathan Coleman joining us this morning, making friends all over the place in St. John, New Brunswick with that sweater on.
Good morning. It is Tuesday, December 22nd, the first full day of winter. Meteorologist Nicole Karkic, Chris Murphy, and what are we talking about today, Nicole?
Well, today we're looking at the ho-ho-ho report.
All right.
We will see a white Christmas and first full day of winter, so officially ringing it in today. Yesterday was the shortest day of the year.
A little bit of snow the first full day of winter there, south of Highway 3 in Alberta and the Trans-Canada South and Southwestern Saskatchewan. That's all moving into southern Manitoba and further east.
Yeah, we've got some rain, Chris, moving into Toronto, drips and drabs right now. Ottawa towards Montreal, we'll see some showers as the day goes on. Quebec City, some freezing rain as well this morning, too.
Yeah, snow on the ground. You can see most of the country geographically certainly does, but a lot of the big population centers like Vancouver, Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, not snow on the ground, nor in Halifax. St. John's, by the way, powered by 15 centimeters of snow through the night. The fluffy stuff, it's going to blow around today, but certainly escalating our likelihood of a white Christmas.
Exactly. So this is what everyone wants to know. Who has the best chance of a white Christmas? No chance Toronto, no chance Montreal, no chance Lance Halifax. As we look to the west, a much more guaranteed chance of that white Christmas.
And a slight chance of Victoria and Vancouver because we have some snow in your forecast tonight and again Wednesday night into Thursday, so that will help. But temperatures will still be a little bit above the freezing mark. So we're talking about white Christmas. What is the definition of a white Christmas?
It's at 7 a.m. local time, 2 centimeters of snow on the ground, but a perfect Christmas has some light snow falling at the time.
It was a little bit cooler, though, in the nation's capital, around 2 degrees, feeling closer to 0, so you need a little bit warmer jacket as opposed to a light just right now. So, last time to the day,
All right, Kevin having a few technical issues. He's at Yorkdale Mall in Toronto. Tomorrow is expected to be the busiest shopping day of the year. So today probably one of the busiest, certainly. We do have some light showers creeping into Ontario around London, seeing some mist and fog and some drizzle. That will reach Toronto, Ottawa, and Montreal through the day. Quebec City in line for some freezing rain for a couple of hours this morning before then changing to rain. A special weather statement in place in northwestern Ontario, Kenora, Dryden, Pickle Lake for significant snow starting later today. Now, southern Manitoba is included in a warning, not indicated here. But around Winnipeg towards Morden, Sprague, we are going to see about 10 to 20 centimeters of snow on the high end. Winnipeg probably likely closer to about 10. Let's take you to the shot here in Quebec, and we have a rain warning in effect for the city. So, yeah, for the next couple of hours, freezing rain. We get above the freezing mark into the afternoon, so that will change to some drizzle, but certainly some slick roads. Charlevoix up towards the Saguenay, that is a freezing drizzle advisory, and same sort of thing. It will taper off as the day goes on. We have an extreme cold warning in place. Labrador City's included, as well as Wabash. Minus 46 is what it feels like this morning. It will start to get a bit warmer into the afternoon, of course. Looking at the east here, get some messy weather on tap through the day. Rain will start towards Yarmouth and Halifax, bringing you about 15 to maybe 30 millimeters on the high end. And then you have to go north of Fredericton to get some snow. So we're talking about Edmundston, Miramichi, Bathurst in line for some snow, about 5 to 10 centimeters. But Fredericton and St. John could be seeing a rain-snow mix to start, but then it does change over to just straight up rain. Right now, a countdown to your local forecast. Glad you could join us this morning. I'm meteorologist Nicole Karkic. Our top stories, ho, ho, ho report. We're going to talk about Christmas, of course, if you're traveling across the country. We'll give you that white Christmas information and the first full day of winter. That is today. Yesterday was the shortest day of the year, so we're getting a little bit more daylight in the coming days, or coming months, rather. Satellite and radar showing some light snow building around Lethbridge, Pincher Creek towards just south of Regina. And then we've got more snow on the way from Manitoba, but some messy weather today in southern Ontario, courtesy of this low. It's ushering in some southwest winds. Rain from Toronto, Ottawa to Montreal will be fairly light, but you can see some freezing rain in the city of Ottawa, Quebec City, rather. Looking at our historical chance of a white Christmas, we've got St. John's at 60%. Look at Halifax, only 45. Montreal, 70. Toronto, 35. But as we move west, better chance of a white Christmas, except for Vancouver, which is 20%. And Victoria's 15. Thunder Bay, 90% chance of a white Christmas. Meanwhile, we've got a look at how much snow is actually on the ground right now across the country. And there are a few majorly populated areas like Toronto, Ottawa, and Montreal that looks fairly green right now. Vancouver also included in that, but a lot of areas in between. Guaranteed chance of a white Christmas. And with more details on that, Chris Murphy will tell us who will see that perfect white Christmas, Chris.
All right.
Taking a look at our satellite and radar this morning, we've got some rain in southern Ontario inching in around London, Toronto, Ottawa, and Montreal. We'll see some showers through the afternoon. Snow north of the St. Lawrence as well. Snow is going to make its way into southern Manitoba. So if you have any flight plans heading into Winnipeg this afternoon, check for any delays. We've got Kevin Yard joining us in southern Ontario. Kevin, I know you moved from Yorkdale Mall. Where have you landed? All right. Thanks so much, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin's wearing his spring jacket. I can't believe it. He has not worn his parka much this year. We've got that rain through today. You know what? Toronto over towards Ottawa and Montreal, it's about 5 to 10 millimeters. It's not too much moisture. Sudbury in the snow, light snow for you. Heavier snow, though, in southern Manitoba. We have a snowfall warning in place around Morden and Sprague. Not Winnipeg, but Winnipeg could get about 10 centimeters. The Red River Valley, though, could get about 10 to 20 centimeters, and that bleeds into northwestern Ontario. Think Lake of the Woods, Kenora, Red Lake, that kind of region. Looking at this, Quebec City is in a freezing rain warning. So for a couple of hours this morning, freezing rain. It will change to some light drizzle as the day goes on and temperatures get above the freezing mark. But then that freezing drizzle advisory extends from the Saguenay over towards Charlevoix. Montreal, though, Ottawa, as I mentioned, that's staying as rain. So that's better for the roads. Labrador City to Wabash, we've got a extreme cold warning for you. It feels like minus 46 this morning, going to warm up into the afternoon. And we do have some snow to talk about in the east. St. John's, Newfoundland picked up about 15 centimeters of snow yesterday. This morning, a little bit more to go, but you start to clear out as the day goes on. Meanwhile, for the maritime provinces, things are getting messy. You have to go north of Fredericton to get about 5 to 10 centimeters of snow, but Fredericton to St. John, you will see some mixing and then change over to rain. Coming up at 14 past the hour, we'll look at some more photos from our viewers.